Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Market News and Views by InTheMoneyStocks. My name is Nick Santiago. Today is January 26, 2016. Thank you all for tuning in. So right now we see the futures catching a little bit of a bid. They're trading higher by about 8.75 points to 18.79 per contract. You could see just a little while ago the futures, though, did dip a little bit, but they have recovered. So if you just take a look here, they have recovered over the last 30 minutes and are starting to push up. Now, we are in the heart of earnings season. A lot of earnings are coming out. Markets are responding to the earnings announcements, and we'll see how a few of these companies did today. But we have a lot of stocks on the docket here. But first off, before we begin, it is important to note that Shanghai, which is the Chinese market, did sell off sharply last night. So you want to be careful of all your Chinese ADRs this morning. So we'll see how that all plays out. But nonetheless, here are the stocks that are in the news today. And we're going to start off with DuPont. DuPont's the first name that I'm looking at today. This will be in play. Right now, the stock is trading at $53.07, closed at $52.99. So there's not a whole lot of activity or movement, but they did release earnings. This will be in play today. Keep that on the radar. Next up, we're going to take a look at 3M. 3M is another big name Dow component. You're going to see here the stock was trading above $140.50. Now it's pulled back a little bit at $139.50, but it's still $2 higher than its close yesterday, which was $137.50. Looking at the DuPont chart right now, if the stock can catch a real big bid today, 141, right where it peaked out here, is a big level to cross. If it does that, probably has more upside in the cards. So again, this will be on watch once the opening bell rings. And again, if you haven't done so, come on over, take that 7-day free trial to the intraday stock chat. Another good day yesterday. A couple more winners in the books. And that's all we're looking to do in 2016, where people, hedge fund managers out there, are getting hurt. They're sharply negative each and every day. If we can make a little bit of money, that's the key to this business. All right, moving over to the next name today that we're going to be looking at is Procter Gamble. You've seen all these big Dow Jones components. Procter is catching a nice bid. Stock closed yesterday at $76.85. It is now trading at $78.30. So really a very good move for Procter. A level I'm watching for big resistance is going to be $81.85 if it gets there. Write that down, $81.85. If the stock gets there, that should be big resistance for Procter & Gamble. If the stock can move a little bit higher, I will have some gap levels for this name as well, as we will look to fade it. But right now, that's the only resistance level that I'm seeing in the picture at the moment. I have others, but they're higher. So again, we want to be a little bit aware of that. But right now, around 81.85, big resistance for Procter should it get up to that level. All right, let's take a look at the next one on my list here, Johnson & Johnson. I believe they reported earnings as well. Stock right now is trading at $97, closed at $96.40. So you got a little bit of an uptick. There's not much we're going to do with that one right now. We'll look at it once the opening bell rings, as always, but not much we're going to do with it. Mover here today is going to be Sprint. So Sprint, even though it's a low-priced equity, single-digit, stock closed at $252. It's trading at $285. Did briefly trade above $3, as you could see right here on my chart. So Sprint catching a nice little bid. If you own it, trail the stop loss. If you don't own it, there's really not much you could do with it here. I don't see much of a play on Sprint, and plus it's a low-price equity, makes it even a little bit tougher because you're playing really for micro pennies. All right, let's take a look here at Lockheed Martin. They had some news where they're going to merge a couple of their IT businesses with the tech business. You can read all about it. Again, we could care less about the news. We only care about the chart. Stock is trading at around 208.50, down from 211 close yesterday. So, again, I'm seeing a little bit of support. Let me just give you a level I really like for Lockheed today. It would be 199.05. If it can get down to 199.05, which is still a long way from here, but in this kind of market, things like that do happen. That would be where I would be a buyer of Lockheed Martin. I like the level there. Also in sympathy to Lockheed, you could watch the other Northrop Grumman, NOG, and you could also watch General Dynamics, Raytheon, all of the defense companies. They'll usually be in play when one moves pretty sizably. All right, let's take a look at Freeport-McMoRan. It looks like Freeport-Mac shares are on the move. Ticker symbol is FCX, copper producer here. Stock is trading up $4.25. I believe they had earnings as well. I don't have any great levels, but Freeport-Mac's a stock that we trade in the intraday stock chat room quite often. So again, if you want to trade that alongside of us, come on over, take that 7-day free trial, and you will see what we are doing there. Let's take a look at good old Coach. Coach right now is catching a bid. They had earnings as well. Stock right now is trading at 31.95, closed at 30.35. So that's a pretty good pop for Coach this morning. Right off the bat, the big resistance level, which I'm seeing, which would be a little bit higher for the stock, ultimately be around 32.50. So if stock gets up to 32.50, that's where you're going to hit some intraday resistance. We'll see how it plays out. But nonetheless, keep that level on the radar. Next up, we're going to take a look at Hess. Hess is in the news again. I'm not exactly sure what it was. I read it earlier. Stock's getting a little bit of an uptick. Closed at 34.38, trading right now at 34.91. Not that big a deal. We're not going to do all that much with it, but we'll see how it plays out. I believe there could be some restructuring or some layoffs there. Let's take a look at Sanmina. Ticker symbol is SANM. And you're going to see this stock is trading right now at 18.95, closed at 18.18. So pretty good little pop there. We'll see if it goes a little bit higher. Huge resistance at around $19.90, $19.90. If it does get up there, I don't even know if it will. But either way, there is big resistance around that level should the stock trade higher into that area. So we'll see how that plays out. Looking at a few other things here, I want to talk really about the gold market today. And let me just pull up my gold chart here, and you're going to see gold futures right now are trading up by $8.20 to $1,100.13.5 per ounce. So that's a pretty good move for gold. If you take a look at the GLD this morning, what you'll see here is GLD is catching a bid right around the 106.61. Remember, the Federal Reserve meeting, I believe, is going to be tomorrow afternoon. So right now, gold is probably going to hold firm for the most part because many people are anticipating that the Fed will come out and say a dovish statement, which ultimately will be bullish for gold. So gold is definitely in play today. Keep that on the radar, and we'll see how it plays out. Crude oil is trading up by 24 cents. It was negative earlier, now back to the positive side. And again, hard to make too much out of crude. One day it's up, one day it's down, but ultimately the trend is down, and that's really what you need to know. If you take a look at the USO this morning, trading back at $8.78. This is a good oil ETF, but the reality of it is there's not much we could do with crude. If you take a look at the U.S. dollar index today, that is down about 31 cents. So the dollar has come back down. Remember, dollar down, gold up. Dollar down, usually oil will go up as well. That's normally the way it works, but not always one for one or not always perfectly on the same day. So again, keep that on the radar and we'll see how it plays out. Lots of earnings are coming out after the bell today. I believe we have Apple after the bell, and we're going to have some big numbers. So again, get ready. We'll have some more gap ups in the intraday stock chat room each and every day going forward. With that being said, everybody, I'm going to leave it here short and sweet. There are a lot more stocks with earnings, so believe me, there are a lot of opportunities out here in the chat room. So come on over, take that 7-day free trial. You'll see everything that we're doing there. With that being said, everyone, God bless. Have a great trading day, and we will see you on the charts.